Well, obviously, it has been a tense few days here in Vietnam as the trajectory of the storm shifted from the center of the country to much further north, where it has now made landfall. Compared to the very shocking situation in the Philippines, of course, with the strength of the storm reduced, we should be thankful. But at the same time, we mustn't be complacent because there is still a likelihood of quite damaging flooding occurring in those parts of northern Vietnam and indeed, of course, China, where the storm will head on.
Yeah, absolutely. From our BBC Met Office, we understand, as you said, the downgrading of the category of the storm, but nevertheless extremely severe. And we understand that 600,000 people have been evacuated in coastal regions in Vietnam. How is that operation how has that taken place? And where have those people been taken to? Are you aware?
Well, there were as I said, there were two rounds of evacuation. Firstly, towards the center of the country, and of course, the local authorities play a driving role, but the Vietnam Red Cross has been very active in helping the most vulnerable members of society, the elderly and the very young, to get to safety into all sorts of school buildings, public buildings, and places which are less vulnerable. Vietnam has a lot of practice in this kind of disaster preparedness, but at the same time, the geographical area which this has hit shows us that we need to keep on extending our preparedness work.
So what happens over the next coming days for your organisation now, Francis? Where's the main focus of your operations?
Well, obviously, we will need to respond to whatever damage and dislocation this storm brings. But the wider point is that this comes on top of really a series of very destructive typhoons starting back in October. And it highlights the fact that although people think of Vietnam as a very sort of fast-growing economy, the country is still made up of people who are very vulnerable, having just got out of poverty and can easily be pushed back into poverty by disasters such as these. So we really need continued support, and also, obviously, now everybody is focused on huge disasters.